Have you ever been to San Francisco? Whether you have been or you haven't been, I am sure you don't know the details between the specific landmarks within the city. In my speech, I am going to talk about the Golden Gate Bridge, Ghirardelli Square, Fisherman's Wharf, and the Painted Ladies. These are only a few of the main pinpoints that you want to go to when in San Francisco. First, I'm going to talk to you about the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge is a bridge in California that was finished in 1937. According to Britannica Academic, the bridge links San Francisco with Marin County to the north. Construction was under the supervision of Joseph B. Strauss. The size of the Golden Gate Bridge is something that is very popular, but many people do not know the exact measurements of it. The main span is about 4,200 feet long. It is suspended from two cables hung from towers 746 feet high. You can see this by looking at the bridge and the cables attached to the towers. At midpoint, the roadway is 265 feet above mean high water. Another really cool thing about the Golden Gate Bridge is that you can either walk on it, drive on it, and also bike on it. Most tourists will do all three, but they'll also see it from different pinpoints in San Francisco because since it's such a big bridge, you can see it almost everywhere. One issue while building the bridge was that they had rapidly running tides, frequent storms, and very bad fog, according to Britannica Academic. I, from experience, have been to the bridge when it's very foggy, and I personally cannot imagine them doing construction on it. This is a picture before the whole bridge was built, and you can see how much more they had to go, and how there's some fog around it, and how it could be very difficult. Now that you know a little bit about the Golden Gate Bridge, I'm going to tell you about the Ghirardelli Square. It all started thanks to Domenico Ghirardelli. According to Ghirardelli.com, he started in Uruguay and then went to Cape Horn to Peru and became a coffee and chocolate merchant. His neighbor, James Lick, brought about 600 pounds of chocolate to San Francisco, and about a year later, Ghirardelli joined him. And then they created their first chocolate factory. This was called Ghirardelli and Sons. This is a picture of the first factory, and that opened in 1964, and now, years later, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it has expanded a great amount. There are about 4 different sites within the square, and many different shops. I was there a few weeks ago. I was able to get not only chocolate, but ice cream, hot chocolate, and many other different types of food. Now, I'm going to tell you about Fisherman's Wharf, which is where Ghirardelli Square is actually located. According to USHistory.com, Fisherman's Wharf encompasses the northern waterfront area of San Francisco from Venice Street east to Kearny Street. According to USHistory.com, Fisherman's Wharf would not have been a thing if it weren't for the gold rush days when Chinese immigrants fished offshore. Fisherman's Wharf is about 1,600 feet into the bay, according to USHistory.com. This is a picture of the very famous sign that you enter at the beginning of Fisherman's Wharf, and that shows that it's the beginning of the wharf, which you can walk along the wharf and do many different things. This is a map of the different things you can do. As you can see, there's trolley cars that you can take an Alcatraz ferry, and there's also a big spot to see many sea lions. You also have to try their famous clam chowder, because that's a very big thing that many tourists do, and you can't leave Fisherman's Wharf without trying their clam chowder. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the Painted Ladies. If you're a Full House fan, you may have a picture in your mind from the theme song of watching Full House. This is the picture you may have in mind. It is used at the introduction of the show. Some people may think that the Painted Ladies are just 3 houses, but truly they are way more than that. There is over 100 houses. According to Amusing Planet, these colorful Victorian houses were built between 1892 and 1996. Nowadays, people are still looking at the houses, and people are constantly painting more and more to brighten up the colors. This is a picture of the three main ones. As you can see, there's yellow, there's a purplish one, and a blue one. And they use many different accents of the colors, and that's why these are very famous. The most famous ones are on Steiner Street, and according to Amusing Planet, they have been in over 70 movies and TV shows and many different ads. The term Painted Ladies was first used by writer Elizabeth Pamela and Michael Larson in their book Painted Ladies, San Francisco, Repellent Victorians. Now that you know a little bit more behind the history of the landmarks in San Francisco, be sure to remember all this history when you go to San Francisco and see the Golden Gate Bridge, the Ghirardelli Square, Fisherman's Wharf, and the Painted Ladies. Next time you visit, be sure to take many pictures so you remember these and cherish them forever. Thank you.